Hey everybody, so today I will be cooking shrimp and mashed potatoes. So the shrimp that I got is from Aldi. This is the roasted garlic mashed potatoes, and then I have this half and half. I want to finish using that up. I have my Argentine shrimp. I was wondering if I wanted to bake it or if I wanted to pan sear it. That would be easy as well. So what I'm deciding to do is just to kind of let it sit in this bowl right here in cold water. Let me run the water to get started for my mashed potatoes as well. And for me, I like to have a little bit of, let me see how I say, a little bit of water and a little bit of milk. And then you can add more depending on your taste or the needs. So I would add just a little bit of the half and half. That should be enough, and then it'll just, flavor the potatoes, etc. So turn it up to where it won't turn up too much, and I'll let it boil. And then after it's boiling for a little while, I'll go ahead and get it started. It says add it to boiling water to a heat-resistant serving bowl, and then mix it around. So I'll keep this to the side, and then I'll open up the shrimp so that you guys can see how that'll look. I like the mashed potatoes to look as close as possible to the potatoes that you would take your time and chop and everything. I don't have time for that, but that's something I can do as well. I would usually do something like this. This is the way it looks. As you can see, it's already deveined. Let me go ahead and pour some in the bowl here. And let the cold water just drain on them and put this on the stove. Thank you so much. So put this on the stove as it's hot. You can add garlic, you can add whatever you like. So right here, as you can see, my shrimp is just sitting. It'll be sitting in the cold water for a little while, just so it can thaw. And that's something simple, quick and easy meal. This takes at least about 3 or 4 minutes. Turn it up a little. I don't want it turned up too much because that will make it overflow or boil over with it being the cream. I could add milk, but I don't have a lot of milk, so I'm like, well, why not get rid of that half and half that you have? And then go ahead and add in this lovely roasted garlic. Feel free to share what meals you are having for dinner. I have to get a little clip or something. But again, this is the shrimp that I got from Aldi, and it cost me $10. This is something that I definitely would go for again. My only concern is, how do I want to cook this shrimp? Once it's done thawing, just go ahead and like pan sear it or just bake it, So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, pan searing would be easy. Or you can also steam. That's another option. I'm going to take some coconut oil. I like to get the coconut oil from Dollar Tree. They have really good deals. That's just my go-to for soap and like just a few little things. Even though their prices are changing so much, but I still really pretty much enjoy Dollar Tree. So take your coconut oil. You can also use butter if you want, because I had waffles today and I had butter on my waffles. I would like to keep it to a minimum and keep my shrimp as healthy as possible on my meals. And because I'm going to be adding butter eventually to this. What's your preferred way of eating shrimp? This is my way. Something quick and easy. I think this would be probably like a little quicker than a 30-minute meal. Something like this can be turning into a taco, like a shrimp taco or anything. So go ahead and kind of let that continue to cook. Keep cooking, please. And over here you can see that the coconut oil melts very quickly. I love it. So here, let it boil to where it's enough. So let's Move this back a little. It's really hot. Just has to take its time, pretty much. And let it just go. And while I'm waiting for it to get hot, you can feel that it's getting hot. A easy, quick meal within 15 minutes or so, because shrimp doesn't take long to thaw. After you season that up, you can chop them up with some onions, quick and easy. Nice source of your protein, a good source of the iron, I know for sure, and whatever else the shrimp is good for. Go ahead and let it kind of get a little warm while I'm prepping this shrimp. Let me show you all the seasonings that I'm going to be using. So, because the shrimp is still thawing, just going to kind of let this get a little bit distributed. I love coconut oil. I love coconut milk. Even though I've not used coconut milk in a while, but I still love it. So turn that up. Let's check on that shrimp. Because the shrimp was frozen, but it doesn't take long to thaw. What I'm going to season my shrimp with is the caramelized onion butter. This is what I use on just about everything, but I would just use a little bit just to make sure that it's not too salty. And I'm going to use a little bit of pepper. I think I put my pepper in this one. Yeah, I put my pepper in this one. One salt, one pepper to make it easier for me. Yeah, these are pretty decent sized shrimp. So what I'm gonna do is season up my shrimp. It looks like that. I would just recommend, if you would like to give it another rinse of cold water. I don't put hot water on it. Give it another rinse of cold water and let it sit. You can put butter again if you want, but I don't prefer butter. So I'm crazy. So let's go ahead. I wonder if it's hot enough. Add a little bit of water and a little bit of milk, and that's what would allow your instant potatoes to be fluffy enough to where it's not seeming like, oh, it's too smooth. You want it to have the consistency of a, I wouldn't say a real potato, but as if you put in the work with these potatoes. So nicely mix. So nicely mix. So I would just nicely mix, just a little. And then if you have like another bag, you can just add it in as well. So just nicely mix. You can use a fork also if you like, but fork, spoon, whatever you have. So I would just close this up, really close it to where all of the mashed potatoes are. There we go. Now it starts to boil. Once you start adding the, turn it down a little because you don't want it to cook too fast. It starts to boil once you start adding in your potato. So here you can add your pepper, etc. See how nice and thick it is? Add a little more water if you want. I think that this is good enough. I'm going to go ahead and kind of turn this off and kind of mix it up to the consistency I like it to be. Yeah, it's going to be so yummy. You want it to be flaky, you can add your garlic, all your spices, etc. I'm going to show you how I make this meal into something great. Add a few little spices in there. And you never know that it was instant potatoes. Something quick, easy, on the go type meal. And you can take some to work with you, and that's my goal. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of water to it because it is on the thick side, but it's still good. This is the way that I want them to be. So I added a little water, and you can see that it looks similar to the color of the potatoes, and I added the cream already in there. So you do not want this to be too watery. So let me turn this heat back on just for a little while, like a minute or so, just to let it heat a little bit. Season to your taste, distribute. Let's go ahead and get this shrimp started. I'm excited for a quick and easy 30-minute meal. Now, this is something that he would eat. He would definitely enjoy the mashed potatoes because this is something we had before. Unfortunately, I can't say the shrimp, so what I would do, I would cook the chicken. If I'm cooking chicken, I would cook some chicken, and then I would cook shrimp right after it because everybody likes shrimp. For some reason, I didn't really like it either. I was kind of like on and off with shrimp. And then it just so happened that I saw this one because my friend was like, well, maybe go ahead, try this one. You know, so you won't feel that shrimp looks scary. And ever since then, I'm just like, okay, maybe this is the one I need to try next time. Get the one that's already deveined. Get the one that's already cooked. Then you don't have to worry about doing extra things. So what I'm gonna do, this is a nice little meal, $15 meal. When you're going to the restaurant, you can have it at home. Nice and simple. I don't know, it's something about shrimp that I did not like, but then when I go out, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try it, but make sure it's already cleaned and together. Already cooked, so it won't take long either. I'm gonna go ahead and season this up on the side here with my caramelized onion butter. Like I mentioned, mashed potatoes are already done. And a little bit of pepper. Mix that around. That's a quick meal right there. I would put a little, if you had a seafood seasoning on there, but I don't have that. So turn it down a little because you don't want it to burn. Do not want my shrimp to burn. See how hot that is? Let that kind of sit. So yeah, let your shrimp sit in some kind of paste if you like that. Add onion right now if you want as well. But I want to cook the shrimp slow. I just wanted that to be hot. Whatever seasoning you put on it, that's the taste that the shrimp is going to take on. That's what I read when I was looking at how to season it. I don't have the seafood season, unfortunately, and that's okay. So you would just let it sit in something like this. So yeah, it's still a little, very much cold, but it's not frozen, so that's good. And it's a few pieces, but it's the jumbo, so just nicely see if some parts will separate. I see how nice and clean they prepared it. Aldi did a great job. What I would do is just throw it in there. Something quick and easy. Mashed potatoes are almost basically done. Let that cook really slowly. And I would add just a little bit of butter because I already took out the rest of my coconut oil that I wanted to use. So add a little bit of butter to that just to bring on the flavor. No, I wasn't going to, but I'm like, why not add just a little? A little butter is not gonna hurt. Actually, while I'm here, let me add a little butter into the potatoes, and yeah, they're pretty much done. Garlicky potatoes. Add your milk early. I know some people usually add the water, but that's what makes the potatoes not be as thick as they're supposed to. And you don't want the potatoes smooth. You want them to have a consistency, unless you want them smooth, a consistency of as if it's homemade. So go ahead and let that just come together. While we're doing that, just stir these together. I'm going to stir with a fork because this is what I'm going to be eating with. So as you're turning that up, just add in your lovely, yummy, mix in that lovely butter in there. Got that flavor from the cream and the water, and see how thick it is. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and see you next time. This is a quick and easy meal. Potatoes took about less than 10 minutes because once you add your hot water or get your water to where it's heating, it'll do the rest for you. This is hot. Just go ahead and let that be. Cook your shrimp low and slow. Shrimp don't take long. I don't want it to be rubbery. Low and slow, quick and easy. And make your shrimp spicy if you want to. I don't want it like that. I'm good. So. Cook it low and slow. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up and finish my meal. Perfect, quick, and easy meal in 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.